Hello people, this is Wise Money, and today we are here to talk about the impact of gender equality on the society. You are welcome to Pandora's Box, where we discuss salient issues and give solutions to them. I'm here with one of the very renowned and well-informed personalities in this country, in the person of Givens. And without much ado, would like to straightforwardly go into the topic. Givens, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to Pandora's Box,
Pleasure
where
to
we
be here.
have very solid discussions and give solutions to them.
Great.
I know there are many people out there who are very depressed. They are very worried about things that are going on in the society, and it is undeniable the fact that the world is going south, and some of these discussions must be said so that we'll come to solid solutions to them. And so, without much ado, I would like to ask you my first question.
Yeah.
Which is, what is gender?
Well, in today's contemporary world, gender has got a lot of meanings. If you go to the West, you have it's no longer he, she in the West. It's now he, she, they, them. People identify as anything they want to identify with, and by law they are allowed to. So it is broad now, unlike when it used to just be two, he and she. But for me, and because I'm in Ghana, and let's say we are in Ghana here, I will just stick with the two genders, male, female, or he, she. Yeah, so that is it for me. Male, female, he, she. But for those who have other pronouns, that's fine. It's all good. Yeah.
So definition for gender will be he, she, or male, female.
Male and female, yeah. Because if you check all the religions, it's about male, female. All right. It's just that lately we've all decided to stretch it, which is not wrong. I mean, anybody can choose what they want to do, but I would stick with male and female as God created it, from what I know. Yeah. So let's stick with that.
So you don't believe in the fact that someone can be a male and feel like he is a female?
I don't have a problem with that. I wouldn't be able to explain that into detail because I don't understand how it feels to be a man, or how you are a man and then you feel to be a woman, or I mean vice versa. It will be very difficult for me to explain. And I'm not saying they shouldn't feel that way or try to express themselves. What I'm saying is that per our biological makeup, we all know what characteristics a man has. A man has got, I mean, certain things on the body that makes you a man. For example, your private parts will determine if you're a man or a woman. Your voice, your stature. So I don't understand how a man would feel he is a woman, or a woman would feel like a man. It depends on what goes on in the mind, and I can't really speak to that because I have not been in that position. But I'm just saying that I'll stick with male and female because of what the biological makeup, and also in terms of reproduction. So I'll stick with just male and female.
Talk of biological makeup. We live in a dispensation now where you can change your genitalia to affirm the gender you feel like you are. So if you stick by your biological makeup, the fact that you were born and you have certain private parts which affirm that you're a male or a female, we now live in a dispensation where one can easily change their genitalia to affirm otherwise the gender they feel they are. So what do you say about that one also? When you have the opportunity at your disposal to change your genitalia to affirm your gender?
Yes, you can change it to appear as the opposite gender from what you usually or what you naturally are. But the point is that it still doesn't make you that particular gender.
Okay.
And so, for example, Benz is Benz, Mercedes-Benz is a Benz car. You can decide to put a Toyota engine in a Benz car. Probably might move. There's some tweaking and one or two things. But it's still a Benz car, no matter what you do. All right. So these things yeah, people try to find a way around it, but you can't have it as perfect as it is. That is why even in sports now, we're having problems with transgender competing with women, and I mean completely beating the women to the game, because naturally you are a man. We have men who have transgendered into women and are competing in female sports and are winning gold medals and all that. And if you check some of the comments on such reportage, you realize that a lot of the women are offended by it because they feel it is not right. So these are some of the consequences of trying to tweak something which is natural. You always have these problems. That's why I'm saying that yes, the tweakings are happening, but it doesn't take out the fact that what you naturally are from the beginning. Yes, there's this sports personality in South Africa, Casper Semenya, I think, if I don't know if I got the name right.
Okay.
She competes in the female sports, that's track and field. She's an athlete, but she has, if when you see her, she sort of has male characteristics or male features. So it's very confusing as where to place her. Her case is at is it a court arbitration for sports? I think so. For one of the courts, the sports courts, for like years now, they're having difficulty determining whether she's a woman or a man. All right, why do you think people are doing that? People, I mean, they're trying to find out because they don't want it to be like some sort of cheating to a group of women she's competing with that she beats all the time. So at the back of our minds, we are all aware of the two genders. It's just that we are just trying to make it look like we can do whatever we want to do. And you see, these things are all just because of the evolution of man and the improvements in technology and stuff like that. But like, look, the truth is that about 40-50 years ago, it used to be just male and female. All right, it's true. So it's very difficult to take. But I mean, that's the world we have now. We cannot do anything about it. So we'll just leave it at that. Yeah.
Will you call it insanity, the fact that men who now feel that their gender is female and they can also now use the same washroom as females and have the opportunity, I don't know if I should call it opportunity, to see what in previous times would be abnormal for you to barge into a female washroom and see the nakedness of a woman. We might even call it harassment or barging into someone's privacy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's insanity, the fact that now it is allowed for male or men who feel they are women to now use the same washrooms as women?
Yes, personally, it is insanity. To someone else, it's cool, it's normal. It's insanity because, I mean, how can if you look, when you even enter, let's say, Accra Mall, and you want to go to any of the washrooms, you clearly see a male washroom, a female washroom. When you go to the male washroom, the way the how do you call it, the pot you discharge urine in is designed, it's very different from what is in the female side. So how can a man just barge into a woman's washroom with the excuse I'm a man? Sorry, I'm a woman. I mean, it is insanity, but that's what I'm saying, that we have accepted it. That's what we are trying to push. And for what reason, I can't tell. But yes, to me, it is insanity. It doesn't make sense one bit. I think it must be changed. We must revert back to our old selves. Even animals, excuse me to say, have a way they behave in terms of being male and female. So I think we should be doing better. It is insanity to me, but probably it makes sense to somebody else. You can't decide for someone, but yes, it is insane. I don't think it is proper. I don't think it makes sense. No, we shouldn't encourage it. Yeah.
There is an African proverb or saying which says that when a woman tries to urinate in a posture as a man, she ends up wetting
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if you find a woman trying to pee, she's always trying to look for the safest spot, somewhere she wouldn't be seen.
Yeah.
Boys, we just find some gutter anywhere.
That's true.
In Africa, just unzip. It will be hard for you to even see the genitalia.
Yeah.
I mean, you only because it's very easy for a guy, so we don't stress with that. All right. Same way, guys. I don't know the month. We don't think about going to buy menstruation pads. We don't think about those things.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand how come all of a sudden we want to complicate stuff. And look, you should see the videos on the internet about people who've had this transgender thing. It's like the guys who transgendered into female, and the complications and then the pain they are going through. It's crazy. I watched one of a man who is now in, I think, in his 60s or 70s, and you could see the frustration. He's lost his wife, his children, he lost everything, and now he regrets his decisions from years back. You see, so probably you might be carried by some euphoria. I mean, at a particular point in time, you want to do something. Look, changing your gender to either male or female, it's no joke. I think it's even irreversible. And so after that euphoria has died down, how do you resolve the issue? You take pills. It's very complicated. So it is big insanity. I know it's about gender equality we're talking about, but I mean, some of these things are the reason why we're having this transgender stuff. So it's okay if we go into it, but I think we need to find a way to make people understand. Look, if you're a man, you're a man. You can feel like a woman, but you're a man. Unfortunately. So you stick with it till you die. Probably in your next life you can come back as a woman and enjoy your life.
Yeah, you made mention of the fact that it is gender equality we are talking about, and so we will be coming to it.
Yeah.
The reason I'm asking all these questions is because I want us to form a foundation and gear towards the main topic. I believe that what makes a man is when his level of testosterone is accurate, and what makes a woman is when her level of estrogen is also in place. Do you think men are gravitating towards wanting to be women because they lack testosterone, or they are low on it, and women want to be men because they are low on estrogen?
Not necessarily. Well, in some cases, all right, but you know, when people are okay in life, they tend to experiment and want to do things. Also, it has to do with what they are fed via the internet. All right, these things were there in the past. I'm not saying they were not there at all. They were there in the past, but it's not as prevalent as it is now. So it depends on what they are fed. All right, when it comes to Africa, how many people want to transgender?
Very few.
Because you don't even have what to eat. you don't think about transgender when you are poor. All right, so this is for people who have the opportunity to want to do these things, and they have the means to do them. All right, so it's just more of an experience. That's why they regret after. Some of them regret after they do it, because it's like,
that's right,
I want to come back to my old self. That's why I said that it depends on also what you have fed in the system. So now they make it look cool, it's normal. All right, some also get financial gains by propagating these things, so they mislead people into it. But I don't think it is something that we should encourage. It is destroying a lot of the youth. A lot of them are regretting after they mature a little bit and understand the world, or see the world in a different view, and then it's too late. You can't return. I mean, mothers have lost their children. I recently watched a video of a young man who is now transgendered into a woman, young black man in America. I mean, having a bad blood with his mom. It was very sad to watch. You could see the woman is just broken down because of the boy's decision to transgender into a woman, and he's very disrespectful. I also watched another video where now they have something called trans buddies in America. All right, so if your child wants to become a transgender, all right, a trans buddy can quickly drive your child to the hospital, and I think it's as low as 11 or 13 years. What does a 11-year-old know about transgender? All right, so it is a serious issue. All right, and people are being lied to, people are fed with all these things. Look, if someone wants to transgender, I believe the person must be allowed to grow up to a point where they can make their own decisions. All right, where they are totally capable of. I don't even think an 18-year-old is even sound enough to understand the consequences of entering into this transgender issue. It needs to be a fully grown adult, all right, to understand the consequences, ask the right and appropriate questions. But they've lowered the bar to kids who don't even know their left from their right, and it's sad because you see a lot of them and they're broken. So we need to fix it. We need to find a way around it. That's my perspective anyway.
That's very true.
Yeah.
In the Western Hemisphere, I think now when there are some parents, when they give birth to their kid, they don't call them male or female until the kid grows to a level where he or she can make a decision where they belong.
Exactly.
And I agree with you so much.
Exactly.
When you say it's insane and absurd, because we've known gender to be just to come around and say that we have more than just two genders is a high level of insanity.
Yes, very soon people would identify as oranges and lettuce and carrots. You can't do anything about it.
I think people are already identifying.
Yeah, so if you don't call me a carrot, I'll be pissed with you. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Recently, a man spent $14,000. I mean, to have the appearance of a dog.
Yeah.
I think it went viral, and then when he went on the street, and even the dogs ran away from him. That's how crazy it is, you know. So I mean, something must be done about it. It's well, anyway.
There's a rampant cry that women be given the same opportunity as men. A topic which they call gender equality. It is said that when women are given the same opportunity as men, the society will be better, our economy will triple. I think in one of the study done by McKinsey Global International in 2016, it was said that when we give women equal opportunity as men, they are going, the economy globally is going to go up. The GDP is going to go up to 12 trillion US dollars, which is the same economy as America and China put together.
Yeah.
And by 2025, so the case study was done in 2016, and it was projected up to 2025 that if we give women the same opportunity as we give men, the world's economy is going to increase by 12 trillion US dollars. And as at the time, it was the same as US and China's economy put together. Do you think this is feasible? Because we are not yet in 2025. Do you think this is feasible? The fact that when we give women the same opportunity as men, the world will be a better place.
First off, what do they mean by giving women the same opportunity as men?
In the olden days, in times of old, if you notice, women were not allowed to go to school. Women were not educated. Women, the pay gap was also very big. Women were not allowed to take leadership roles and all of that. Now, the McKinsey Global Institution is saying that when we give women the same opportunity as men to take leadership positions, to be leaders in institutions and in companies, to be leaders in the house, to be leaders in society, to stand in gaps where men have stood, and give them equal pay, equal opportunities, the world will be a better place to be.
Well, for me, I don't think opportunities must just be given. They must be earned. Why must we give you an opportunity when you've not earned it?
Okay.
I don't think it is wrong for any woman to get the opportunity to do certain things if only she's qualified for it. All right. In the olden days, just as you said, women were made to stay home, cook, clean, and all that. But in the olden days, when men also went for war, women didn't go for war. You understand? Women didn't go for war. So you see, this thing is just like a coin. It has two sides. Yes, we must give women opportunities. At the same time, they must earn it. It mustn't be on a silver platter. Okay. If you give women that opportunity on a silver platter, it's not just women, anybody at all who is given the opportunity on a silver platter, they tend to misuse it.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you're a woman, you want to be the CEO of a very big company, a Club 100 company, there's nothing wrong with it. You must prove it to earn it. If the man is better than you at the role, we shouldn't say because you're a woman we should give you the opportunity to lead.
Yeah.
And that's why we're having a lot of problems in the world lately. Everybody's crying for opportunity. But when you give them the opportunity, what do they do with it? Almost nothing. Just like our politicians, they come to our churches, schools, they cry, oh, yeah, give me the chance to lead, I can help you. When they come, what happens? So it's not even a matter of women or men or giving money. Are you competent for the role? Are you competent? Do you have the brain to handle the position? One woman who did very well is Angela Merkel of Germany, Germany's former chancellor. She was the chancellor for Germany for so long a time, and Germany was the powerhouse in terms of economy in the whole of Europe. Nobody spoke about her competence, or nobody worried about her competence. She delivered. So if you are good as a woman, you are capable, why not? I mean, we can give you the role to play. I mean, yeah, no problems at all. But people must understand that it's not just about making it equal. That idea of equality is a lie.
Okay.
All right. There's not like equality. What I think is there, or is roles. We must all understand that we have different roles to play.
Okay.
Instead of them preaching about gender equality, they should be teaching gender roles.
Okay.
When the Ukraine war started, women and children out of Ukraine, all right, you can go out as you want, because women and children must be protected.
That's right.
Men were put on the war front. Where is the equality?
But there are women who also fight in wars, and
How many? It is true, but how many? So let's say let's take the war between Ghana and the British, the Ashantis and the British. Yeah, Yasantua went for the war. So let's say if 1,000 men went for the war, and it's just Yasantua, do the math. If let's say even 500 of them are killed, do the math. How many men died? If you want, you see, it's not just about, but if you want equal opportunity, then in every circumstance, put your foot in the equally. I'm not just saying this against the women, but in reverse to the men. Right? So it's just about rules. Men have a role they play in society. Understand your role and play it. Man is a provider. A man is a protector. In a family setting, provide and protect. Woman, what is your job? To support your husband, or to support whoever you are with, and to make sure that things are done properly. Understand your role and play it. That's the problem. I don't know why they want to force it and make. Look, if you even go into the animal kingdom, all right. In the family of the cats, we have the tiger. That's the biggest. We have the lion. We have the leopard. We have the cheetah. We have down to the house. There are many. All right. They are all cats. They have similarities. I think that they have differences, and they all understand their own qualities and they play. So, for example, I watched some documentaries where lions go after cheetahs. Quickly, they just climb a tree. The cheetah is a big cat, but it understands that, look, this lion is bigger and more dangerous. But in this world, we are supposed to know better as humans. We are supposed to rather find a way to play the roles better, but we are rather how do you call it, trying to put everything on the same plane. It will never work. If you go, hey, look, you can even read the Bible. Go into the Bible. When you go to the Bible, even the angels have got different levels. You can't just use any angel. No, I don't even say use. You can't call on just any angel for just any form of assignment. They all have their roles. If you check the story of Daniel, even in the Bible, when Daniel prayed and Gabriel was bringing the answer to the prayer, and the prince of Persia stopped Angel Gabriel, they brought Angel Michael. He is the angel of what? Battle, or let's say war, or the warrior angel, to create space for Gabriel to bring. So even in the Bible that we read, we don't see with our eyes, but we don't see the angels with our eyes, but we know that every angel has got the role they play. What makes you think that you want to put a woman and a man on equal footing? For example, another example is the Women's World Cup. Compare the viewership for the Women's World Cup to the Men's World Cup. Why? Even women don't watch it. The number of women who watch the Men's World Cup are more than those who watch even the women. Why? Look, it is a man's sport. Nobody's saying don't play it. I don't understand this whole thing about inequality. It's a big lie. It's something that is causing problems and division. What they should be teaching is rather roles. gender roles. A woman must know her place. A man must know his place. That will bring peace. That's what I think, honestly.
We used to live in a society where men took leadership positions. Now females are fighting for the same opportunities. And it started from when they said we should educate them, educate the girl child.
Yeah.
And so far, do you think educating the girl child has done good to the society, or it has rather created a competitive environment, an unwarranted competitive environment, where now women, instead of complementing men, are rather fighting with men for space? Do you think educating women or women have helped society in this regard?
It depends on the kind of education the woman had. Some education might be bad education. If it's bad education, that woman will be a terrible person in society. So if I'm going to talk about education, I mean, it's in two parts. So if it's good education, yes. Because obviously, most of the time, the women that take care of the children from infancy, men don't really have time to stay at home and do all those things. So if a woman has good education, good upbringing, good information, obviously to impart into the kids, and then they grow up with it to be better. But if the woman has been taught to be disrespectful, the woman has been taught to be competitive and not understand her place and her role, and she wants to fight the man for the man's role, it becomes a problem. Look, one time I was having a conversation with a female friend, and she's like, "Even I'm tired. Work is stressing me. I go to work very early, I close late, Saturdays, like I'm tired." And I told her, yes, you'll be tired because you are doing what men are supposed to be doing. Men have the capacity to endure such stress more than women. Obviously, you'll be tired. Recently, I was also watching another, is it a video of a female boxer calling the fight of a male boxer that she thinks she can. I mean, it was funny. And this is not just an ordinary guy. This is a professional boxer. The guy has accepted the challenge. So I'm waiting to see how it will. You know, it's all. I don't know why they want to compete. What's the competition about? Look, in Ghana, if someone says, "Oh, this lady slept with my husband," or "This lady has been sleeping with people's husband," we're like, "Oh, it's normal." But try sleeping with somebody's wife. You see how people get at you.
That's true.
We are different. If a guy is sleeping with a lot of girls, his boyfriends are happy. I mean, the guys, they're happy. Charlie be guy, be Gio, Charlie they chop whatever. But if you're a woman and multiple men sleep with you,
you are seen as a
exactly
promiscuous woman.
Even in the Bible, when Jesus Christ sorted out the issue of the woman, I mean the prostitute, she slept with a man. Who are they going to stone?
They're going to stone the woman.
Of course. The man is gone scot-free. Because we are different in society. Alright? And at that point, it will appear as though the woman is at a disadvantage. But there is also something the man will do that if a woman does, she will go scot-free. So it goes here and there. The only problem is that we are trying to put all in one box. It will never work.
So what do you say to the situation where a woman is exhibiting high leadership qualities than a man? For example, in the times of the Bible, especially the Old Testament, it supported mainly patriarchal system, where men were in the front line. They were also the ones mainly recorded. Instances where a woman will be recorded will be when she did something outrageous, something extraordinary. My question is, we have situations where the Bible supports the fact that a man should be the leader of the home, but in some cases you realize that a woman is highly intellectual. Apart from that, she also has this deep leadership quality than the man in the house. Do you think in such cases it is important to let the woman lead the house?
Yeah, there's no problem. Even in companies, there's no problem. Look, even in the Bible, is it Hannah? No, Hannah. Is it Deborah? Deborah, one of these women led Israel to battle one time. right? She was able to tell them what to do and what not to do, and I think look, there were men, there were warriors then, but they allowed it because obviously you show signs of leadership, and they realize you can help them. Look, men don't have a problem if a woman leads. The only problem is don't lead and disrespect. Don't lead and think you are better off. Even if you think it, keep it. So even from the Bible days, there's no problem with women leading, because obviously there are some women in the Bible that saved generations, which is not problematic. But the wisdom they had then was that after doing all those exploits, they still remember their place. So if in a home setting the woman is more active, more, let's say, smarter, there's nothing wrong with her leading. It's just for the betterment of the family. But don't disrespect. You must understand that no matter the leadership qualities you have, you are still supporting your husband with your abilities. And if you understand it this way and play that role, you don't have problems. You'd rather have a man who appreciates you and talks about you and compliments you. But you know, we have problems in society now where women, instead of doing that or playing that role and also giving respect to their husbands, immediately they think they are better off, they start to fight and want to take charge. And when you want to take charge, the man, well, let me say, yes, the man in that particular person you are with will rise up and fight you. And look, when a man rises up, it's terrifying.
That's true.
All right, so I mean, it's just about understanding your place and do what you are supposed to do. It doesn't matter if you are smart or more intellectually sound. It doesn't matter. Understand, do your job, and get back to your position. That's all.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very important when you said women should know their roles. Especially in this particular society, we confuse equality to the word the same.
Yes.
We can be equal, but we are not the same.
Of course.
We are not the same in respect of the fact that we all have our different roles. When we stick to them, it's going to be a very beautiful world.
Even amongst men, all right, there are men who lead. Look, I read this book, Thanks for Apart, by Chinua Achebe. Okonkwo's father, he was a weak man, all right. When they called men for battle, Okonkwo couldn't. In fact, he would just hide somewhere because he didn't have the strength to fight. He was lazy. He couldn't farm. He couldn't do a lot of things. I mean, physically. But when it came to speech, when it came to celebrations, you want someone who play the instrument skillfully and stand in the midst of people to speak. There was no other person than Okonkwo. So even amongst men, women, there is nothing like equality. People have the ability for specific roles. Understand where you belong and play it. It's as simple as that. If you don't understand it, you struggle. That idea of being the jack of all trade and being the superwoman, it's just fantasy. At a point, you'd miss it. Look, and that is why sometimes when a burglar comes into a home, you'd find the women, like in a local balance, like where are the men?
Yeah.
But I thought you said you are a superwoman.
I think women are only superwomen when things are easy.
Yes.
But when push comes to shove,
and this must be corrected.
Yeah.
This idea must be corrected. This mentality must be corrected. It's not about it's about complementing.
Yeah.
What is competition?
Yeah.
Look, competition even creates bad energy.
It's crazy how they've now made it look like it's a competition.
Yes.
And I think that is the problem with the empowerment now that have been.
They've confused everything. Everything is confused.
The fact that women are empowered now has made it look like they can fight men.
Yes.
Instead of seeing it as something that was advocated for them to mature and complement the men, it has now become something like a battlefield where men and women are fighting.
Yeah. Look, women are strong and brave in their own rights. Look, I always tell people that I would never sit in a tinted glass 4x4 car at 10 p.m. A woman would. A woman would go to labor, labor or let's say childbirth for a woman is a near death stuff. You can die at any time.
Right.
Women can go as much as 10 times. Look, I believe if men had the ability to have children, and we go for one time in the hospital, we wouldn't attempt it anymore. Because I've spoken to a few friends of mine who have children, and look, the kind of pain they describe. I've not gone through it before, but when they describe, I tell them to stop. I can't listen. It's too difficult to listen to.
That's right.
So women are also strong in a different way. Look, in Ghana or in Africa, a lot of the times the children are left when a home breaks. It's the women who take care of the children all the time.
Yeah.
You think it's easy to take care of 4 or 5 children, manage them all the time? That's how strong they are in that area. And yeah, I mean, we need to applaud them for that. But for them to leave all their strength and want to have that of the man, I'm not speaking against women, but I mean, now that's what's really happening.
Of course, nowadays when you talk like this or you touch on some of these topics, you are seen as a misogyny.
Yeah.
And I think it's rather absurd for one to be seen as such when the world is going south. The fact that women are trying to take the positions of men, are trying to invade the society and appear as the superheroes or heroines, when everything is now soft, because those times when things were difficult, when things were very, very hard, men survived wars, men worked in nomadic groups and fought saber-toothed tigers and all these wild beasts just to survive and to continue a lineage. When all these things were happening, women were nowhere to be found.
Yes.
And they ran under the umbrella of men to be protected. Today, things seem to be very easy, and for that matter, women want to now feel like they should be given the same opportunity as men.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. So for me, if a woman decides to take an opportunity, or let's say the place of a man, no problem, you can take it, but take it fully. Don't take it partially. That's it. All right.
But what do you mean by take it fully?
So when a burglar comes to the house, fight the burglar. All right. When there is heavy stuff to lift it. All right. When it's time to spend.
Now let's bring this conversation home. What do you think the world will look like when women take over?
There'll be imbalance. Total chaos.
But there was no imbalance when men were.
Yes, because men are supposed to play that role and women are supposed to support.
That's true.
When you put the cart before the horse, how do you move? All right.
That's true.
So therefore, women also lead. They lead in a different way.
Yeah.
They just don't understand how they lead.
Yeah.
But if you even check, look, a lot of the time the kids even go to their moms. They have a lot of advantage in society. Look, a beautiful woman can get a man to buy anything for her, even without asking her name.
That's true.
Go and try that in town. Go and try that in town. All right. When there's a problem that would cause physical harm to people, look, unconsciously men just stand in front, be it their mother, their sister, their girlfriend. Unconsciously they jump into action. Women enjoy that benefit. Divorce, they'll take the house from you, the man, and give it to the woman. It doesn't matter whether she came into the marriage just a month or two. She's taking over. Men don't enjoy these things. We don't even have time for these things.
That's true.
You understand? So should women want to take over, they should take over fully.
They shouldn't take over partially.
Exactly, just like it's happening in Ukraine. Look, they are now. I watched a video of men forced to the battlefront in Ukraine. I never saw a video of women forced into the battlefront in Ukraine. Where are all the women in Ukraine? They are somewhere else.
They all had options.
Exactly.
So people, you are watching Pandora's Box, the place where we discuss some of these topics, some of these societal issues, and bring solutions or suggestions so that you can know where to choose. And I've been discussing impact of gender equality with givens, and it has been an interesting conversation so far. I think that it is very important that we understand our roles as different genders. The fact that you are a man, you are supposed to provide and protect your family. The fact that you are a woman, you are supposed to also take care of the home. I think this was the basic idea of God when he created these two genders.
Yeah.
When God created man, he saw that man needed a helpmeet. So God made a very deep sleep fall on man, and out of the rib of a man he created a woman. And when Adam saw the woman, he said, I'll call this a woman. And when you look at the word woman, it is a clipped word from the word womb and man. So a man that has a womb. And I think that one of the real intentions of God for creating a woman was purposely for progeny. The fact that you should procreate. So if a woman is trying to take the role of a man, it is a complete imbalance. If a man is trying to change your gender or genitalia to assume the place of a woman, it is also an imbalance. This is an insanity and we have to tackle it. My last question, Gibbons, before I ask for your final words, do you think this gender changing of genitalia, this homosexuality, LGBTQ will invade Africa very soon?
Of course it will. It's already here. The only thing is that they are trying to fight for legal rights, but it has been here. Look, it will be here, it will stay with us for a long time. It's not going anywhere. It's just part of life. There are too many things in life people want to stop. You can't stop it.
So what do you think the future will be when the whole world finally accepts this insanity?
I wouldn't call homosexuality insanity. I mean, I would have done that in the past, but now I understand people come into this world with that preference. My only problem with them is the fact that they want it legalized. I mean, if you go into an enclosure with your partner, I mean, of the same gender, you want to do whatever you want to do, I mean, nobody sees it. So why do you want legal backing for it? I think it is their advocacy for legal backing that has even caused some countries in Africa to put in laws that criminalizes it. But if you kept quiet and did your stuff, who would complain about it? So for this gay LGBTQ issues, yes, it will take over. Look, it will take over the whole world. I think it's a phase of life. We need to accept it. Respect each other. That's all.
So what's your final words to the people out there, to the public out there?
Yeah, my final words are that I've seen men faint or collapse during childbirth. Alright, so she tell you that men are not even able to take the sight of it, much less, or let's say much more the real delivery process. So when you get to that point, you can clearly see that men are not capable when it comes to that side, because even the sight of it is making you faint and collapse. It should tell you the extreme nature of childbirth and how difficult it is. And that's a plus for women. Women should see some of these things as strength. Same way, women should also appreciate the strength of men when it comes to certain things that men do that they feel they would want to take over. We are not the same. We will never be the same. We can never be the same. Understand your role. Accept your role. You are a woman. Understand the things you need to do. Man, understand what you need to do. There will be nothing like equality ever in this world. We should all get it straight. Play your role and be free. You'll only have problems when you try to be equal. Being equal is trying to copy someone, and it will be better for you not to live your life at all than to try to live like someone else.
Wow.
That's my final word.
Thank you very much. It's been very nice having you on the show.
Fantastic.
It's been very, very nice having you on the show. I believe that we will touch other topics, other salient topics, other cancers in the society, and try to discuss them into details to find solutions to them.
Sure.
It's been great having you, Gibbons.
Sharp.
God bless you.
Sharp.